What started as 19 is now down to the final 4. We are kicking off the live action here, the 10 a.m. kickoff in the boys under-16 semi-finals, the SEQ All-Stars, Sunshine Coast Bunyas, Alex Durrani, Paul Stevenson in the commentary box, and we are away, Paul.
Yeah, it's an exciting start here. The SEQ All-Stars have been very good throughout this competition. Number of contracted players with NRL clubs in this side. It's an exciting game.
All right, so SEQ All-Stars. Both teams have had 2 games before reaching it to the grand final. All-Stars second on the ladder, Bunyas third. We'll talk a little bit about the efforts that got them here, but a rake in the play means it'll be a very early penalty for the SEQ All-Stars. Skippered by Cordell Kirk and Leo Briggs out there, and of course coached by Corey Kirk. So here we go, there he is. I just spoke about him, Kirk, the skipper. A huge run there. Little dart from dummy, goes there, hooker in Stag. Stag there shifting out to the left. And they've knocked it forward there, so very quick start here. 2 minutes in to the semi-finals here. Grand final in the under-16 boys will be played on at Field 2 at 3:30 p.m. And they'll be taking on the winner of United as One, Danny Tanner Memorial and @6 Young Guns, which that semi-final is actually being played right now on Field 2. So top 2 teams will go on to play at 3:30 this afternoon, but here we are now, the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. First opportunity, ball in hand. They had a bye on the first day, and then they had a win over the Firehawks on the second, and a win over the Murdies yesterday. So, from strong defence, though, from the SEQ All-Stars, looking to force the error down here. They're in great play, great space. Left side now, they're just going one out through the hands of Hudson Robinson. Robinson plays just over their own 30. They go 2 out, but driven back. And he's lost it in that, but a huge start, I've got to say, offensively and defensively from the SEQ All-Stars.
Yeah, a bit of a clunky start for both teams, not completing their first couple of sets. I think they'll want to regroup here, get to a kick.
So the All-Stars, I mentioned, second on the ladder. Day 1, they had a win over Sherbrooke. Day 2, they had a win over the Brown Snakes. And Day 3, they actually had a bye. So whether that's an advantage or disadvantage, who knows? But the SEQ All-Stars putting first points on the board through Zachariah Campbell.
Well, it was a sharp little bit of play. Derek R. Wang picked the ball up off off the bounce on the little half volley. He's been electric this whole tournament. The lunch shellfish played a little draw and pass there at the end. As we see on the Deadly Choices replay, the ball goes to ground. He's picked it up on the volley with a draw and pass. Try in the corner for Campbell. Smart little bit of footy there for the SEQ All-Stars.
Now, the physicality needed for a carnival like QMC is huge, having to play games 3 days in a row, very little rest and reprieve. And of course, whoever progresses will have to play again today. So 4 games in total for the grand finalists, whoever that may be.
Well, it's almost brutal, isn't it, Alex? It's the days have been hot, the games have been physical and fast. And to get through to the final day, you have to play a semi-final and a final. It's almost survival of the fittest.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, here it is again. The Deadly Choices replay to get us started. Just a beautiful little combination off the hands of Derek Arwang, like you mentioned, to find his winger, Zachariah Campbell, and first points on. Only 5 minutes in here. But I mentioned earlier, so the SEQ All-Stars had a bye yesterday, so they've almost had a day off. But, I mean, from your perspective, is that an advantage or...?
Well, I mean, hopefully it was an opportunity for them to rest a couple of blokes that, you know, they probably had some niggles going in to to the semi-final here, so it might have been a really good opportunity for them to regroup. As we see a forward pass there from the SEQ All-Stars. Disappointing, not completing after scoring points.
I thought Cordell Kirk, the skipper, was off then, the number 8. He's a big unit. And speaking of, you'll see his counterpart, Nate Lapworth, who's also the skipper there for Sunshine Coast Bunyas. I actually spoke to his dad earlier, who's the trainer, just to confirm that he is under 16, because he's well over 6 foot.
There's some big kids in this 16s competition, isn't there?
Little X pass. Finds his centre in McKean. Off the scrum, McKean driven back. They go 1 out to Tandang. Best field position that Sunshine Coast Bunyas have had. There he is, the big number 8. I just spoke about him, Lapworth. The skipper gets in on the action, back towards the sticks. They'll start to shift it to the right. Hensley. Scoot from dummy, but stopped halfway before he could get rid of it. So, 5th and last. What will they do? Little chip from the halfback. The chase is on. And the Bunyas they've almost kept him in, but what a great effort from the SEQ All-Stars to get out of the danger zone. There was about 4 Bunyas on him.
Huge effort. Such a huge turnaround for your team.
So SEQ, the All-Stars now deep in their own half. That run will certainly help. 25-minute halves in the semi-finals. And no time stoppage for injury. Oh, here he is. The chase is on from Awang. He's knocked it on there, though. So it should be Bunyas' ball. Yes, it is, but Derek Awang, he had the try assist only minutes earlier. He is quick.
Well, he's an attacking weapon, isn't he, Alex? That was an early kick meant for Awang. Would have been interesting to see if he had to pick the ball up there.
And it was an early kick too, so do you think that was the tactic there, knowing you've got someone like Awang with speed, is to go early and sort of push that envelope?
I think it certainly was.
So off the scrum, which was packed incorrectly. It is hot out there. It's a tricky one for these young men to have to play this, leave it all on the field, and then whoever continues on into the grand final. That is some very strong defence. Here he is. Lapworth, the skipper, takes 3 of the All-Stars to take him to ground. Short side. Steps back in through Glister. They're about 5 out from their own 40. Little scoot again from the dummy half, Frampton. They are struggling to make some metres here from some very strong defence. Here comes the kick off the boot of Towney. There he is at the back. Awang, he's in the 22, but he's playing fullback. He is someone you absolutely want, and they've called it forward.
Well, I'm okay with that. It probably did just float a little bit forward, but gee, it was an exciting play, and he's an exciting player here, Awang, as we see on the Deadly Choices replay. Show, go, big right footer through the line, gets the arms free. Oh,
just
very unlucky.
Literally, I would probably be
could have gone
millimetres. So, but I mean, all of the refs and officials are doing incredible jobs. I do not envy any of them having to ref 26 Murrays on a field. I mean, that is just something else, something to certainly put on the resume. And you can see their ref out there in the green socks as well. So under 18, great initiative that the QRL run. So it's not just our players developing, but officials as well, as Baxter Bruce.
Well, the standard of officiating this week has been sorry for the pun, but has been outstanding, hasn't it? We've got coaches here from, the QRL. We've got coaches from the NRL here. It's an opportunity for these young referees to get into camp. It's a reward for them as well, coming to a week like this, getting the back-to-back games and coaching. It's a huge tool.
Physicality is massive. So it was a fullback with the first run. No go on the right side. They'll try the left. And how's this from a response from Hudson Robinson? the number 4 for Bunyas. That'll be try confirmed.
Well, off the back of the All-Stars with a few incomplete sets, they're none from the last 3, unfortunately. They're given the Bunyas some field position. I think they could have scored here if the back rower had a show go. He was over the line, but he found the pass. Get a try in the corner there, as we see on the Deadly Choices replay. Some good footy.
That's great footy, and in this sort of carnival, when you've only got those 25-minute halves, the clock ticks down very quickly, so you almost need to go try for try just to be able to stay in the game, because you can't have your opponent really putting any more than one on at a time. Kick about two from the sideline is Jai Glister. Oh, he struck it well, but wind may be wreaking havoc here. It's not converted, shifting to the left, so 4 points to all. But here it is again, the Deadly Choices replay. It almost touched all of the players. A real team effort to ground for Hudson Robinson in the 4, but 4 points apiece now. 12 minutes in to this first half here of one of the men's semi-finals, the other being played right now on field 2 between United as 1, Danny Tanner Memorial, and at 6 Young Guns.
Well, it was a physical tackle and contact there from Leo Bridge. Interestingly, Leo's contracted to the Titans. He's generally a winger or more often a centre. So interesting to see him wearing the 13 today, playing in the middle and being very physical in defence.
I mean, here's the thing about Murray Carnival, Paul. There just is no such thing as backs. It's just forwards, really. It is a forwards game out there, and if you see someone like Awang in the fullback position, it's a very rare find. But Bunyas now. I heard earlier that one of the young lads usually plays in the halfback position, but at Murray Carnival he's in the 8 or 10, so it's always the hardest one to find. But a penalty there on Towney. So Sunshine Coast, Bunyas now, they're edging up to halfway. They've got 4 points. And that was scored from a try from Hudson Robinson. Very evenly matched teams out there. 2 and 3 on the ladder. But only one can progress. Bunyas working up. Beautiful little line. Pumping his legs, and he's lost the ball in that. They were on a roll there, the Bunyas. Some strong defense from the All-Stars. Jai Glister took on the line himself, but just fumbled while he was going down.
Well, they've been physical in defence, the All-Stars already, haven't they? They'll really want to look to complete a set here. They currently sit at 2 from 7 sets.
All right, so here we are. All-Stars, oh! 6 again. So one of the Bunyas so quick off the mark. There he is again. It's Tyler Pirtle, the fullback. Huge play there. They earned themselves 6. Sometimes you've got to push it, but did not work this time. Now is Leo Briggs, the co-skipper. Briggs is down on the 30. They work back towards the sticks, cut it out to the right-hand side. There he is again. Try scorer Campbell looking for his second. No, he chips it to Awang. And that is try confirmed. Zachariah Campbell kicking to Awang.
It's been a happy hunting side. They're attacking this right edge here, the SEQ All-Stars, as we see in the Deadly Choices replay. Very physical tackle in the middle there on Leo Briggs. They come wide, and if Awang's not setting them up, he's just chasing them and scoring. You see ball go through the hands here, out to the winger. Puts it on the toe for Awang inside. No one's going to beat him to the ball.
how they run at pace. I mean, Zachariah Campbell, we saw it in his first try, but just a beautiful light touch from the right foot and the perfect bounce into Awang, who now looks to convert his own try. He's 0 from 1 right now. This one a little bit easier ask than the first he had. Oh, and a beautiful conversion. Derek Awang, what can't you do? That'll take their lead to 10 points now. One converted try ahead. Here it is again. The deadly choices replay. The perfect boot from Campbell to find his friend Awang, who was just sniffing around the back there, waiting for an opportunity. He is quick, he is lethal, and he will be one that the Sunshine Coast Bunyas will certainly need to keep an eye on. Here comes the bounce. It goes towards the sideline. Steamroll goes the Allstars. That was Xavier Fing with the first hit up. Here comes another one. Oh, their big number 8 breaks through. And of course it's Awang. Awang still there. Awang will go over for his second try in a matter of seconds.
Well, he's everywhere, isn't he? He's absolutely everywhere, and a smart play to be following Cordell Kirk. He's been very hard to handle through the middle. I think he's had about 4 carries for 4 line breaks. You see here again on the Deadly Choices replay. Kirk goes through pretty much untouched. He knew all he needed to do was look around and look for the 22. Derek Awang, once he had the ball in his hands, it was lights out.
And Kingsley Bray there in the 6 just following as well. I love when the players support each other. I mean, when Derek Awang has the ball, you can almost guarantee that he will find wherever he's going and whatever he's looking for. But I think another great thing that both of these teams have seemed to have maintained throughout the 3 days of the carnival is quite healthy benches. They've got players on rotation. And after 3 days of rugby league in the hot Queensland sun, it's no easy feat.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it's a little bit like survival of the fittest, isn't it? These carnivals, and just looking down at the bench here for SEQ All-Stars, there's a lot of enthusiasm. There's a lot of fit-looking players, so they've got through the week quite well. Speaking
of getting through, I mean, Derek Awang goes over for his second, and neither of his tries have been served to him on a silver platter. He had a lot of work to do in both, but that's 3 tries apiece now. Sunshine Coast Bunyas still on 1. Scoreline remains, after conversion successful, 16 points to 4. And it has been all Stars. We've got a breakaway looking for his inside man, but I don't think he'll need it. And within a matter of literally seconds here on field 4, All-Stars from the kickoff. Jerome Garling.
Well, they've broken this game open, haven't they? They've really put the foot down. As we see here on the Deadly Choices replay, the 11, Garling, just catches off the kickoff, says, don't worry about a front rower. I'll just carry down the sideline. Little show go, tucks the ball under his arm there. Goes the length. It's an impressive try for a back rower.
This SEQ All-Stars, I mean, they've well and truly lived up to the name. And we always say possession equals points, and it has been one-way traffic in terms of SEQ All-Stars. I mean, generally scoring off kickoff as well, which is phenomenal for these under-16 boys. A lot of who will return next year to either play in the 16s or potentially move up to the 18s comp as well. But SEQ All-Stars, both teams, they have huge outfits and lots of supporters. You can see on the screen too. The SEQ All-Stars have the beautiful orange and pink, and I mean the Bunyas as well, almost always the biggest team to put in the carnival. But here it is again, the Deadly Choices replay. Just a beautiful catch and almost a 90-metre run. Just some individual brilliance from Jerome Garling, the number 11, the outside back, who I believe is still on the field. He hasn't come for what I would consider a well-earned break. But here it is, the chip. Little torpedo, but taken beautifully. Conversion successful, of course. So Derek Arwang, 3 from 4 now with his kicking. What can't he do? Allstars back inside to Fing. Fing looking for an offload, but stopped 5 out from halfway. Going through their forwards. No, a beautiful cut out to the right-hand side. Finds Parsons. Parsons still going. Supported from Cooper. Cooper into dummy half now. Shifting back towards the sticks. A huge pass out to Arwang. Arwang finds his centre, and he will find Declan Tack. And Declan Tack will go over for the 5th try here for the All-Stars.
Well, as we see here again on the Deadly Choices replay, Arwang again with a hand in this try. I think he's had a hand in every try besides the try off the kickoff. We just see them too fast for them out wide. Draw and pass, draw, pass. Winger over. Number 15, Declan Tack. Take that, and they're well and truly on top here, the SEQ All-Stars.
This is such a classy side, I've got to say. It's hard to believe that a lot of them are just under 16, but it makes sense that they're already being drafted and sort of selected and picked up to go on and play rep or in more of those NRL feeder clubs.
Well, they've got a really good mix, haven't they? They've got the couple of big fellas, in particular Cordell Kirk. He's been outstanding through the middle. But they can also score points from anywhere on the field, which they've already shown today. Tries from kicks.
And conversion successful. I mean, if Arwang isn't already in a feeder, he will be after this game.
He's been electric, hasn't he? He's tall, he's got a big frame on him for a fullback.
But just the pass from Malachi Kirk to Kingsley Bray, the 6 and 7, they're halves as well. Like it's hard to fault this All-Stars team. They are All-Stars, and if they continue with this ascendancy, we will see them in the grand final this afternoon. But one thing about the Bunyas, you can never count them out. Not until that final buzzer goes. Oh, and as I say that, there he is, a 580, puts a chip in, Kingsley Bray. The chase is on, the bounce is there, there's bodies everywhere. And for the life of me, I couldn't tell you who touched that one last, Paul.
I think it was touched by the 5'8", Kingsley Bray.
Yes.
Fortunately for the Bunyas, they get the footy back here and get an opportunity. They've had nowhere near as much pill as the All-Stars have.
Well, this is the first time in minutes, probably over 10 minutes, that they've actually had the ball. And oh, little break there from Jai Glister. Here he is, the skipper. Lapworth takes them well over halfway. Numbers left and right. First opportunity they've had in a very long time. Preston Patterson will take the line on himself. Patterson plays, they're about 38 out, 40 now. Oh, and the scramble to stop that pass from Romeo Cooper, the 2. A very cheeky one. At the back, chip is there.
Oh.
And Arwang again, I mean, this fella.
Is there anything he can't do, Alex?
There's going to come a time when I run out of adjectives to describe Arwang. It was Xavier Coates-esque, that catch. I mean, under 16, I don't think so.
And the confidence of him, absolute confidence of him to go above them there. Unbelievable.
And somehow land. That is the beauty of Murray Rugby League, and that will also take us into halftime here on Field 4, where the SEQ All-Stars lead Sunshine Coast Bunyas in the boys under 16 competition 28 points to 4. And we are minutes away from a half-time kickoff here on Field 4, the 10 o'clock game. It's the boys under 16 semi-final here. Alex Durrani, Paul Stevenson. Paul, I mean, the SEQ All-Stars were textbook in that first half.
Well, they were impressive, weren't they? Obviously, the 8, Cordell Kirk, was just big through the middle, and Wang with his special touch and speed. It's just too classy for this poor Sunshine Coast Bunyas side. But the other thing to consider too, that the All-Stars had nearly 70% of the balls, and always makes it very difficult. Poor Bunyas.
So, I mean, if SEQ All-Stars continue the way they've been going with 5 tries and first half try scorers, Jerome Garling in the 11, Zachariah Campbell in the 14, Declan Tack in the 15, and Derek Awang in the 22. And of course, Sunshine Coast Bunyas had a beautiful try. It was right after the first one from SEQ All-Stars before they sort of took the foot off the pedal. Was Hudson Robinson in the 4. So we can see SEQ All-Stars taking the field, and I bet the Sunshine Coast Bunyas were probably getting a chat from Brad Beatson. He's always around. He's done a lot for the Sunshine Coast Bunyas. He's down at the Murray Carnival every year, not just with the foundation, but with the teams as well. And he certainly inspires and motivates them as well, both across the men's and women's comp.
As we've seen the Bunyas take the field here, I'd say the message at half-time would be just to complete their sets, get to their kicks. They need some field position. They've shown when they can get that field position, they'll find some points.
And I'm just having a quick look over on Field 2. If you're interested in watching the second under 16s boys semi-final, it's happening here on Field 2. And it looks like the At-6 Young Guns are leading. United has won Danny Tanner Memorial 16 points to 12. So there is only 4 points, so very close. That semi-final, but what a beautiful way to start here. Diesel Gorringe, the 25, right off the kick. And here comes Malachi Towney. Towney plays the ball on their 40. There he is, the skipper now, Lapworth. I don't know if they snuck some sugar into this Deadly Choices Carnival, but they've had something at halftime.
Well, it's been a real feature of this carnival. So many teams from kickoff sets turn that yardage set into attacking sets. There's so many line breaks made.
So there was another one there. Oh, he was looking for a player that wasn't there, so Frampton takes on the line himself. This is an electric. It's just like they've been injected over half-time. Shifting out to the left edge, but the SEQ All-Stars are all over it. This should be last. There's the chip. Over the top. Might be too much. Yes, it was. Just needs to be a little bit lighter on the boot, but I'll tell you what, from where they were to where they are now, the Sunshine Coast Bunyas have to be happy with that.
Yeah, they were unlucky enough to get a penalty there. I'm sure the last tackle of the player went past the horizontal, hit his head on the ground, which is what they've got. Yeah.
Yes. So you're right, and it looks like Lapworth is lining up. There he goes. Oh, the big goosey into some heavy contact from SEQ. Momentum builds now, sending in their other front row, who is absolutely dropped, but that was Henderson. 2 meters out now, going to the right. Can they set something up here? Oh, we might be able to. The halfback, Malachi Towney, looks for the offload. Quick play the ball. Dummy, and they could be through here, the Bunyas. No, it's gone forward. Such a tough pill to swallow. They were on a roll there, and they were almost guaranteed that. But now, after a very strong kickoff set and then a penalty set as well, they'll have to defend one more time. SEQ All-Stars, dummies, and might break through. Over halfway now. That was just their second. Oh, back inside, they've lost it, so play on now. And the Bunyas, ball back in hand. Some great pressure there from their defence. There he is. Skipper bumps one, still going. Takes half of Allstars with him. Lapworth plays a ball 5 short of 40. Here he is, the 5'8" for the Bunyas. Very strong play there in Jiglista. Oh, an early chip over the top. Players on side. Chase is on. Ball's come loose. And gone directly into the hands of Hudson Robinson.
What just happened, Alex?
And try awarded. Hudson Robinson over for his second try.
Well, I'm going to have another look at this on the Deadly Choices replay because I wasn't sure what happened there. They got to the, again, they've turned a kickoff set into a yardage set into an attacking set. It's great chase by the outside backs there. Picked up by the SEQ All-Stars and just fumbled.
Beautiful. Wow. This is Murray Rugby League. It was an early kick too there from Zach Kellert, the 22.
And it might have looked like an easy try there for Hudson Robinson in the end, but unless you chase, unless you put yourself in that position, you're not going to be there to find the footy. So great effort from him.
There's the kick, and kick waved away, so conversion unsuccessful, but here it is again, the Deadly Choices replay. Even the technique of his kick, I mean, he almost pulled his body back when his foot went forward. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Well, we've seen a little momentum shift here, haven't we?
Interesting.
You see the SEQ All-Stars walking to this kickoff. They're in no rush here. They need to arrest that momentum. Try and grapple it back here.
You can see the Bunyas coach on the sideline too. Herbie Henderson. He's just a real deadly fella. Had a yarn with him before, and I could listen to some of the things he was saying to his Bunyas boys as well, just saying that, you know, it's not about points for and against anymore. We've made it to the semi-final. So, he's done well. He sort of bumped that off his own body, but he's collected it nicely. Sunshine Coast Bunyas, they trail by 20. There he is, the big whopper, Lapworth. I don't know if he's had a break just yet, and he might not be needing one. There's the chip. Of course, it's Arwang. Absolute faith that he will receive it nicely. As he does, shoots across the field, little bit of a step, and somehow has broken through 3 lines of defence to score a hat trick in the semi-final.
Well, there's higher expectations on Arwang now, isn't there? Every time he gets the ball, you just expect to see something, and he just keeps delivering. I'm sure we'll see it here on the Deadly Choices replay. It wasn't a bad set from the Bunyas. An early kick, looking for a 40-20. Went a little bit too, obviously, narrow, went in the middle of the field. Now Wang drifts across, catches the defender out of the line. Big right footer. And as soon as he put that first one on, he looked like scoring.
I just don't quite know how he does it. He beat 13 players. There was a line of Bunyas, and he went right up the middle too. He drifted a little bit to the right, but then he came directly back in. And he'll look to convert as well. He's got a great conversion rate as well. There's been a couple of tricky ones. Most from now, though, have been under the sticks, so a little bit easier for the fullback. He lines up for his sixth kick. And that'll be conversion successful. Here it is again. The Deadly Choices replay. This is the try that earned Derek Arwang a hat trick and an 80-metre run to put a beautiful try down the posts. That was no easy feat at all, but I tell you what, he makes it look easy, as I can now see him taking a very well-earned break. And they'll have a few subs there. So right off the back fence, this is what we love to see from the Murray Carnival. Brother was on field 5 before he even received that ball. At the back, SEQ All-Stars, 34 points to 8 here on field 4. If they keep this up, they will earn themselves the golden ticket to the grand final. There goes co-skipper Kirk. Kirk over halfway. Scoot now from Gordon. Gordon dropped with a second tackle effort. Back across, out the back. There's some beautiful shape. But Baxter Bruce, the number 12, out of nowhere, stops the momentum. Short side, there's numbers there. Can he make it? Yes, he will. Yeah, the dummy from Declan Tack to go over for his second try.
Well, we got a bit of joy again down this left edge. It was good footy. Some physical defence from the Bunyas to no avail, unfortunately.
There it is. I mean, the deadly choices replay from Tyrell Lacey, the number 4, the centre in there. Just had the maturity to hold that ball just a little bit longer until he pushed it out. It looks like Bray has kicking duties while Awang has a well-earned rest. And while he lines this one up, I might need to do a score check on field 2. Because at this rate, the SEQ All-Stars may be progressing. Conversion unsuccessful, waved away, a very strong effort. But the scoreline remains 38 points to 8.
Well, as we see here on the Deadly Choices replay, the fullback's actually the 7. Malachi Towney. Just needed to play the man with the ball. He's ended up with nothing. Well, great start there. Oh.
And as you say that, the great start has turned around.
Put the mock on him, haven't I?
Very cheeky play from the SEQ All-Stars. They are exactly that. Leo Briggs, the other co-captain of this squad, taken over halfway, back inside. There he is. His co-skipper, Kirk. Kirk plays the ball, shifting out to the right-hand side. Out the back now, puts the burners on. Huge pass out to find Cooper. Cooper somehow stays in. Yeah, no. So, I mean, Cooper was on there on that right-hand edge. I think they might have overplayed it. It was a lot of bodies. Having a quick chat to the captain. And there it is. So Kirk will have a chat to his team about what's just happened. So kick for touch, and the Bunyas have earned the penalty from that.
Might have been an obstruction.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure that out, but here we are. So Bunyas, I mean, bit of a get out of jail free card. We know what the All-Stars can do when they're down this end of the field. It's a little bit of a danger zone. So Bunyas now haven't had the ball a lot in this half, but when they have, they've scored points, and as I've said that, they've knocked it on. The commentator curse.
You got them.
Oh, if they got out there too, they would have been in some space. But over on field 2 in the second men's semi-final, the score remains all locked up. The At-6 Young Guns still 16 points, and United has won Denny Tanner Memorial on 12, so no points scored in this second half. Really is anyone's game. So just like that, momentum changes, possession changes, and the scrum is fed for the All-Stars. And a penalty as well, just a penalty that the Bunyas really didn't need to give away, just that probably ill discipline slipping in, and the fatigue as well. I mean, they've been on the defensive for probably about 70% of this game. It's been a huge effort on day 4 of the carnival.
They'll be hard to hold out here, I think, the SEQ All-Stars.
First run was Cooper. Will they make Kirk back inside to Briggs? Ball comes loose. Oh, we've got an injury there from, one of the Bunyas is down and he does not look too comfortable. So it is a semi-final, so the time doesn't stop in semi-finals, but it will stop in the grand finals. One of the Bunyas, it was the number 10 there, it was Hamish Henderson, the front row, just a huge bit of play from Leon Briggs to find them under the sticks. But I mean, with 11 minutes to go, you can almost say with certainty that the SEQ All-Stars will be progressing into the grand final later today. And I mean, if they continue with this, I don't think there's anything that can really stop them. Yeah, he doesn't look too comfortable. I think maybe a groin injury as he's exiting play. I tell you what, these trainers, managers, coaches, all the team staff and support have been doing an exceptional job across the carnival. It's no easy task and no easy ask either to field a team of 25 and ensure that at all times they're fighting fit and taken care of, but that's what they've been doing. So all the best to Hamish Henderson as he leaves the field for the Bunyas, but the ball rocked loose there from his defensive effort. So, I mean, you can say he saved the try, but no, actually, it should have just been play on them, but there was an injury, so they stopped the play. But here we are. It's going to be tricky to keep them out. Dane Gordon is on the line. No, I can see him. He's gotten up so quick for a marker.
A little learning there for the hooker, number 9 there, Darnell Stagg. He's going to have to throw the ball from the ground. As soon as you stand up, give the defenders an opportunity to slap at your arm.
Huge defence now from the Bunyas. Less than 10 to go. The clock ticks down here on field 4. Just needing to repack the scrum and make sure there's the passage to play the ball. Bunyas feed, here it comes towards the sticks. They're in enemy territory right now. They really just want to hold on to that ball and make some meters, get out of the danger zone. It'll certainly be hard as they send in Harrison, the number 2, towards the sticks. They go. All-Stars. Just a brick wall in defence. Can they find a break? This will help. He's got Bunyas on his back. In the middle. Here comes the kick. Needed to finish with the kick to earn themselves some more meters. That was a tricky set for the Bunyas. Oh, bit of a high shot there, yes. Not intended, of course. And you can see the sportsmanship between the teams as well. I mean, just some really great young lads out there, both as footy players and people too. Just happy to come out and play the great game of rugby league. But high shot means penalty, and penalty is earned for the SEQ All-Stars, who will almost restart on the 40. So here it is, some fresh legs now. We haven't seen Zayden Croquet, we haven't seen Riley Polton too much in the 19, so fresh legs now for SEQ All-Stars as they'll need to consider to stay fresh for the final, which is almost guaranteed. I mean, it will be after that try. It has been one-way traffic and it has continued into the second half here in the under-16 boys competition.
Well, they've just been too strong for them through the middle, haven't they? Their forwards have been outstanding. As we see in the Deadly Choices replay, the 10 out there on the edge. strolled through untouched. Found the hooker, I think, playing out in the centres for a try in the corner.
Very well earned try there for Stagg, but 42 points to 8. Here's the scoreline here. Kick to come, tricky one, but at this point the extras won't really matter too much, as it's a win, not the points, that will earn you an entry into the grand final, being played later today at 3:30 p.m. But the under-16 boys competition, Paul, was the biggest across the carnival. They had 19 teams submit and enter the competition. So the fact that these two teams have made it to the semi-final, they should be incredibly proud, regardless of the result.
Yeah, we've seen some quality footy over the last few days from this 16s competition. Exciting to get to the end here.
And there it was again, the Deadly Choices replay. We spoke of quality, and Donnell Stagg certainly puts it on. Oh, a short chip off, pays off beautifully for the Bunyas. It was Kane Hensley, the 11. Plays the ball. Scoot now from Purtell. Purtell is close to the try line. Less than 5 to go. There he is, the skipper. I'd love to see him go over for a try.
Well, they got a consolation try there.
Oh, and sent for 10. Well, it'll be 5, so it'll be the remainder. A professional foul, I believe. So that's the first one I've seen in the carnival, actually. Here's the Deadly Choices replay.
I see the big fella go over. It's something that the SEQ Allstars are unhappy about.
Not sure if did they say something? Is it a...
I would assume.
Yeah, it must have been.
Dissent.
That was the send-off. But I mean, I said it as he was, well, apparently on the line or over the line. So Lapworth, the skipper, earns what could be a final try for the Bunyas, taking them to 12 and conversion successful. So 42 points to 14, and now would be the time to sort of close that gap of points. The All-Stars will play the remainder of this game with one in the bin.
Well, it's just silly from the SEQ All-Stars if that's the case. You know, you've got a grand final to play in. Don't want to cost yourself a grand final because of referee dissent.
Well, that's it. He's lucky that he's gone for 10 and not been sent off. Oh, he's headbutted that one. Wrong sport, my brother. But great effort from the Bunyas after a try. I do feel for these Bunya boys. I think it just shows, though, like a play like that, he's sort of falconed it a little bit, how exhausted they must be.
Not been their day.
It is hot for the Bunyas, but, I mean, out of 19 teams, they've made the top 4. They finished 3rd on the ladder, so I know Herbie Henderson, the coach, will be happy with that, and all the boys should be incredibly proud to even just wear the colours of the Bunyas. They've got plenty of community and supporters and mob behind them, so not the last we've seen of them, but certainly not the last of the SEQ All-Stars. We're in the final minutes now, and SEQ All-Stars, after a very dominant first and second half here in the boys under 16 competition, will earn themselves a ticket to the grand final. But will they earn some more points? They might. There he goes, the skipper. Cordell Kirk to Kingsley Bray, and that's a combination of dreams.
Well, I don't think I'm exaggerating, but I don't think that the 8, Cordell Kirk, has touched the ball without making a line break or getting an offload. He's been outstanding today, the big fella.
I mean, both of the number 8s, all the players across the park, but you're absolutely right. Cordell Kirk was either the son of Corey Kirk or the nephew. There's 2 of them in there, and I was confused by what their coach Corey was saying, but he'd be incredibly proud as both a coach, father, and an uncle. It must run in their blood, I tell you what. These Kirk boys. And I guess a special part of the carnival too, whereas the Bunyas, of course, won't be progressing to the grand final, but there's still opportunity for their individual players to be recognised in the possibles and probables. So I love that none of them have given up out there.
Well, they've scored the last couple of tries, the SEQ All-Stars, with the Ferrari sitting on the bench.
Which just goes to show, I mean, all of the players out there, every single player in that team knows exactly what they need to do. And here it is. We spoke about him moments earlier. Kirk, a beautiful little push pass to Bray in the 6 will take the SEQ All-Stars to now a 46-point lead over the Sunshine Coast Bunyas, still on 14. It was conversion unsuccessful. We are into the final 30 seconds of this game, and oh, we might see more points from the fullback. No. Parsons is dropped. No one's giving up till that final buzzer goes. Quick off the marker, earns the penalty. Ref says too quick. He slapped that one away. I can hear the coach on the sideline or one of them saying, one more. There's only 15 seconds left. And you know what? I reckon these SEQ All-Stars might be able to do it. Oh, he's wrapped up, though, from Lapworth. Try saver there. Last 5 seconds. This will be the final play. Oh, it might not be, because I can hear the full-time hooter. He stopped the game, the ref. So it isn't full-time. That's full-time. All right, so he stopped the game, but the full-time hooter has rung. So congratulations to the boys under 16 SEQ All-Stars. They will be heading to the grand final, it looks like, against the @6 Young Guns, playing here on field, playing over on field 2 at 3:30 p.m. But coming up next on field 4, kicking off at 11 a.m., we have the under 18 boys, one of the semi-finals between CQ Murray Binders and SEQ All-Stars. So plenty more action, not long to wait. Stay tuned.